Epa, Super Saiyan chicos and chicas. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing pretty damn good. Alright, so today we're gonna, boom, again, review another video from the quartering, but where it was basically related to the whole issue with Charlie. I just want to review it because this was like supposedly is a backlash, right? And then if Charlie responds, I'll probably review that one. And I probably will just leave it there. I don't think I will continue. I don't think there's much to gather from here. But if you saw the last video on this, basically everything is because Charlie had an opinion that a lot of people don't agree with. Even I myself don't really agree with his opinion. But that's cool. It's his opinion. He should be, entitled to his opinion. And then basically Jeremy here from the quartering is just going at him and stuff like that. So let's see the backlash. I do want to say some people in the comment, you guys were pretty awesome, but I do see that a lot of people dislike the video. Hey man, if you dislike it, at least put in the comment section why you dislike it so I could understand and probably laugh at the comments. Anyway, let's go right into it.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering with a bit of an update from the
critical Jeremy, how you doing, bro?
What's going on the internet as of right now?
All right.
He started deleting his VODs because so many people are rating his chat, being extremely rough on him.
I didn't know that he deleted his mods. I don't know if there's proof of that. I honestly don't even know how to find that. But I didn't participate in that stream, nor did I see a VOD. So if he deleted before I even try to see it, it is what it is, right?
And, some may say that that's warranted, but what I would prefer to do is to educate and offer some context as to like why people are mad, why people reacted the way that they did to the things that he says, because I don't think Charlie's ever faced any real backlash before in his life. And, I think his product is very well received. He's a massive YouTuber.
I just noticed the Sonic and Tails in the background. They so cute. I don't know, I just noticed it. But besides that, well, I don't know what he's gonna try to what he wants to teach Charlie, but I still think like the backlash that Charlie supposedly got, I don't know. I don't know if he actually did get a backlash. It is unwarranted. I'll say like it is his opinion, right? Did he have an L take when he compared to sports? Yes, but it's not for people to like go after him. Like Charlie isn't supposed to be, like I said, a fountain of knowledge. He's not supposed to be someone that you have to go look up to, like he's a doctor or something like that, right?
Content creator much larger than I could ever dream of, and he'll not, and he'll always be a bigger creator than I. But he also generally,
hey man, you have almost 2 million. You should be happy.
He doesn't take a lot of risks.
I got like 2,000.
His videos generally just read the room and then regurgitate that message, and that's okay. There's always room for people like that.
I feel like his content is just entertainment. But all right, let's continue. I don't know all this about reading the room or whatever.
That do that. This is one of the few times that he misread the room. He's made some wild claims that I want to address. First and foremost,
he should fix his camera thing with the focus. I think mine sometimes do it. That's why I try to make sure it's not on auto, because I notice a lot that his focus just it's driving me insane. I'm not sure if it's driving you guys insane. Probably you guys are being driven insane because I'm pausing, but it's just I had to say it because it's fucking bothering me.
Foremost, he's claimed that hardly anybody under the age of 18 has any kind of surgeries or blockers, which is insanely wrong, and I want to provide some evidence so it's not just me yelling at him. He has said that it's illegal to get these surgeries before the age of 18. He has repeated this
wait.
Insanely wrong. Age of 18 is addressed. First and foremost, he's claimed that hardly anybody under the age of 18 has any kind of surgeries or blockers, which is insanely wrong, and I want to provide some evidence so it's not just me yelling at him.
I missed that part where he said that. I guess Charlie claim or stated that hardly minors get the surgery and stuff.
He has said that it's illegal to get these surgeries before the age of 18. He has repeated this lie multiple times to his viewers. It's just simply not true. I will also show proof of that.
So now, on those two cases, I've never heard Charlie say that. So I can't really, comment on that or defend or not defend. Obviously, I can't say this like hardly. Like I don't know the statistic, but I highly doubt, in my opinion, that is like 50% of all minors in the United States, for example. I'm just gonna talk about the United States because I live here. I don't care about the other fucking countries. In the United States that are getting these surgeries, I highly doubt it. I believe it should be a very small number. And if you guys have that statistic or whatever, you could prove me wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's a really small number. It has to be like 1% or less. I honestly doubt it's like a big percentage. And the illegal part, yeah, that is not illegal. There is maybe in some states, maybe like in Florida, it's against it, but not every state. So maybe that's what he's claiming because he lives in Florida, like I do. So I think in Florida it isn't legal. I think.
And I also want to point out that no, I don't think it's okay. You know, a lot of people want to. I think both of these individuals took L's here. It's just, I think that one
you
is
went
like
harder
an
on Charlie.
Religious argument with Sneako,
Jeremy. No,
I don't know that.
Jeremy went harder on Charlie on the last video. If you guys check the last video, he went harder on Charlie. Like he really beat Charlie down compared to Sneako.
I'm equipped to argue against that. If you want to say a 25-year-old should be marrying a 12-year-old, I'm going to disagree with you. I know that it happens all around the world. I know
Sneako
it's in the Muslim faith.
Fucking weirdo.
This is not seen as taboo. But I can only share my opinion that somebody who is 12, just like they shouldn't be gender transitioning, they should also not be marrying adults. But there has been a significant amount of backlash, so I always want to address that. I'm not agreeing with what Sneako said. I think that that's wild. However,
well, the thing is, like, the difference between the whole marriage thing and the surgery is the marriage. First of all, I would say I would respect it in the religion. Like, if it's in the country that practice, like the country that's like majority, like Muslim, if that's not what they practice, you have to follow the religion. If it's like the predominant religion and the country is based, like, if I'm not mistaken, the U.S. is like basically Catholic or Christian based, right? So the culture here in the U.S. is way different. So here, if you're Muslim, like, it's illegal to marry a minor. I'm pretty sure the law will go over the religion. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, with the surgery thing, is more that the parents are consenting with the kid, and then they're going through it. Do I agree with that? No, I don't. I don't agree with that either. But it's something that is legal. And some people will, is it morally correct? No, but it's illegal. But, I mean, but it's legal. But it's, marrying a minor, that's illegal. So that's, different story. And again, to me, is morally wrong. To others that practice that religion, is morally right. So we got to keep that all in mind, right?
He has now begun some level of backtracking, and it's not going well. And again, I apologize. It seems like all these like Gen Z cool kids feel like they have to swear every other word. I generally try to keep my channel family friendly. This video, I mean, it goes out to MoistCritikal and hopefully his fans.
I swear most of the time.
Evidence.
It doesn't
First,
matter.
I want to show you where he makes the claim, and then I also want to show you where
millennial.
this is just verifiably untrue.
It's just the way I talk.
Now I give a perspective on something that immediately gets misconstrued, and I do recognize a lot of it's my fault.
Okay, that's fine. Now, what he's trying to do in this video is pretend like he didn't understand that Sneako was making a comparison that everyone knew he was making. The comparison was, hey, you believe that people who are young should be able to make life-altering decisions about their body, like going on puberty blockers or having surgeries. So why can't they then marry? I think that's actually a fair question.
It is not a fair question. It's fucking easy answer. Because it's illegal. You cannot marry a minor. It's illegal. It's still morally fucked up because it's the difference between the surgery and the whole thing with the minor is most of the time, for the most part, you have an adult manipulating that minor to take advantage of them sexually. In this case, no one is being taken advantage sexually. Now, are they being mutilated, or their life is changing? Yes, but they the one who get manipulated, not by the doctor. They get manipulated by either their own peers, or they come up with it, or the parents are not parents that keep that teaches their kids that those are not the right thing. Like, for example, don't practice a religion or something like that, right? So there's very different variables for that. Like, not every kid is gonna be manipulated by a doctor, like, oh, here have some candy to get this surgery, right? But in the other case, it's more common for adults to prey on these kids. Like, look, it's illegal in the US for for adults to try to get sexual at minors. And look at Ava Chris Tyson just recently, and look at Dr. Disrespect. Like, it's a very common thing or theme that adults are taking advantage of these kids, and they don't even know that they're being groomed or anything, right? It's the same thing with the marriage. Now, I'm not gonna say every marriage. There's some marriage that will probably be like, they all consider, maybe a minor do want to be with adult. Who knows, right? There's different, scenarios in everything in life. But for the most part, we all know that the adult is the one that is already, has the mind, is developed 100%, know what the hell is going on, and the child don't. So to me, that's a difference, because one is they're really getting something out of it. Like, the adult is really taking advantage of it and getting something out of the minor. And over here is, a bad decision where they change their life, but no one's really taking advantage of them sexually. That's how I see it. If you guys don't agree, that's my opinion.
I think the answer is no to both. Okay. The answer is no to both. Now, so Moist Critical, or Charlie, believes he can worm out of this by saying, well, I didn't understand. He was just talking about chopping this off or chopping that off. Charlie completely understood the question. He knew exactly what he was asking about. This is something that Charlie has talked about multiple times. About transition stuff. And again, once you're 18,
I've never heard Charlie talk about it, though.
Everyone should agree on that.
At least not
if you can
on
go
the videos that I watch.
Then you can get your zipper chest installed. I don't care. All right. But he's spreading some dangerous, he's minimizing a very real problem in this country, and that is the big pharma, the profiteering that's going after these youths, and it's convincing their parents that, turning their kids into lifelong medical patients.
But okay, so I agree, right, in a sense with Jeremy. Like, it is, pharma and these doctors are taking advantage, and they are, obviously, this is the cash cow. It's like back in the day when all the girls were getting like boob jobs and shit like that. That was like super famous, and I remember because and down in Miami, like out of nowhere, everyone had like fake titties, right? So I get that, right? I agree with that. Now, in the end of the day, it's like, if you're a parent and you let yourself be manipulated, like, you're an adult. If you let yourself be manipulated, then you are a Riri. So because you're a Riri, then you deserve whatever happens, right? There's adults get manipulated every day to for that, like, crypto scams and stuff like that, right? If you're an adult and you fall for a crypto scam, for example, it's on you, right? And if you are an adult and you can't think like an adult and let yourself be manipulated, where you change your child's life, then you're Riri. Now, again, this is just one situation. There's a situation where only one parent got convinced, and then forces this, and then the other parent fights it. Those are different scenarios, and there's like there's more to it. Like, there should be, I believe there should be policies to regulate, like, so to not allow it to basically everyone, because it's a minor, it should be more like rules involved where everyone in the party agrees with it, and it should be a lot of psychological testing before you go into it, right? And counseling and stuff like that. Right now, that's not happening, and because everything being blown out of proportion, it is just like very like crazy. Like, it's like, yeah, let's say do surgery to everyone, but this is why, because everyone's just talking about it and something new. So then everything gets out. With time, it will eventually get regulated, or it'll become illegal. Again, if it becomes illegal, then it becomes illegal, and if it gets regulated, it gets regulated. in my opinion, I feel like it's wrong to do that to minors. I feel like they're not ready. And I agree, obviously, with Jeremy on this. But I don't agree that we have to go and crucify Charlie. This is basically my basic thing, right? Like, Charlie is not someone that we need to watch his video to get knowledge on and shit like that. Like, I don't watch Charlie's video like he's my dad, so I could learn a life lesson or some shit like that. And if you do, you're a Riri. That's basically what I'm saying, right? Oh shit, I stopped the video by mistake. I mean, the recording. Now I have to splice the fucking recording together. I'm an idiot! Alright, let's keep going.
Assumed that Sneeko was talking in hyperbole about a 9-year-old getting their dick cut off, because I didn't have the assumption that anyone thought that is how transitioning works. There is, under no circumstances, any legality behind a kid saying, I want to change genders, and then immediately going in and getting their dick cut off. That doesn't happen.
It actually does.
No, no. Wait. Okay, I don't have the knowledge here, but it makes sense what Charlie is saying. I don't think it's immediately, right? You still have to go through some sort of counseling, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Whoever has gone through it, right? Like, I don't think it's immediately. Like, even I live in Florida, and to buy a gun, like how they always claim, like the gun, like the against gun people are like, oh no, you could just buy a gun right away. Like, when I bought my firearm, I couldn't get it right away. I had to fill up a paper. They did a background check, and I live in Florida, and it took, like, I think it was 2 to 3 days before I had to go pick up the gun. Like, I didn't walk in and out with the gun, right? So to me, I don't have this experience. I have it with the guns, at least with one gun in particular. Don't seem like it's like a right away thing, right? So I feel like you don't really get that right away, because even like in any type of surgery, or even in any type, unless it's an emergency, any medical procedure, you go through like different things like labs and stuff like that. You don't instantly like, oh hey, we have to do the surgery, and you instantly get it, unless again it's an emergency where it's life and death, or life or death. Again, you guys could correct me though. But this is why I agree with Charlie in this.
It happens a lot. It happens, and I will show you just how many times it happens. It is so common that I know you've heard of Jazz Jennings, right? This is somebody who is a teenager who had life-altering
I don't know who
surgery
Jazz Jennings is.
before they were the age of 18. And I will also later show you videos from hospitals recruiting patients as young as 12 to have these type of surgeries. Hospitals in America.
I thought he was just talking in hyperbole.
Well, we need proof
Obviously,
that it's
no one said
one
that's
day
good.
to another, right?
That's not at all what I was fucking saying.
It absolutely was what he was saying, but he's allowed to change his mind.
He didn't say it was good, Jeremy. He just said that if parents agree with it, and the kids and everyone in the party agrees, then that's fine for them to do it. He's not saying it's good or bad. He's saying that if everyone agrees, you know, they should be allowed to do it. Which in my opinion, I'm against it. But at the same time, it's not my kid, right? I can't control other people's kid or kids.
If Charlie's opinion now is that having any type of surgeries under the age of 18 is wrong, then he's halfway there. They should also not be having puberty blockers. We now know that, you know, we're seeing many hospitals having bans on giving these to youths because, of course, the lifelong effects that many people like Charlie and others have spread as lies that they wouldn't have, but of course they had them. Can't just pause puberty and then turn it back on whenever you want. The idea that you could do that was absolute lunacy.
The thing is that none of that, like, this is new science, right? This is not stuff that's been tested for decades or anything like that. Like, it's not like the testing with polio or any of the other, like, you know, diabetes that's been ongoing for many years and whatnot. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is new science, right? So in science, they always get shit wrong, especially in the new stuff. So I'm pretty sure that at one point, scientists thought that there was no side effect or repercussion, and then they now realize there is. I don't think every scientist is evil, right? You can't live that conspiracy because then we wouldn't have anything. Everything would just kill us. I'll type in my keyboard and just explode and kill me. So it just to me it doesn't make sense to go on that. But with the thing with Charlie, like I never heard Charlie spreading this. If he has, I would love to see the clips so I could believe. If anyone wants to find it, I don't feel like finding it because I feel like if I've never heard him, not even once say it, it's not something he really says all the time. Maybe he had that one-off opinion, but he's going by what the science is supposedly saying today. He's not a scientist. He's not anyone that follows through. He's not someone that is changing his gender regardless either, or maybe doesn't even have no one around him that is doing it. So he's not going to have all this information. People that go through it themselves will have a different story to tell. So like that Jazz Jennings, I think he said, and they're the one who could come out and explain if it's actually from one day or another and whatnot, right?
Bordering on the line of pseudoscience, practically not even bordering on it, okay? So he's getting absolutely cooked. He understood the question. He misunderstood his audience. Pretty simple stuff. Bad take is a bad take. You either backtrack it or re-clarify what you actually meant, which are both good. Sticking with the bad take is the third worst option, which is what he's done. People saying he 100% understood the question because
he hasn't done anything. He just expressed an opinion, man. Even if it's a bad opinion, it's just an opinion. There's nothing like I don't know why people are so. Why are they bitches?
That question gets asked a lot, and the answer he initially gave is the answer that the left uses. So no, he did not misunderstand anything. He's just panicking and is confused since he's never been put in this situation before. And I sympathize with that.
He shouldn't be in this situation.
The first time I was getting massive backlash, it wasn't from my own audience, but it was from an outside source, and I didn't know how to react to it either. You can see he has now started deleting, right? He's now deleting the last two VODs because people are in the chat giving him a bunch of backlash. You can see 6 hours ago, yesterday's stream chat was a disaster and was raided by Sneakofen and transphobes yelling insults at Charlie. Can we work on that next time? So
and that's the thing. Like, I'm not sure if he deleted it because of the stuff that they were yelling, the insults. Because Asma has mentioned this, like, depending on like even like Twitch, I'm not sure how it is on YouTube because I don't go through it. I don't even have that many people to thank God. Shit, I don't want a lot of people in my chat, especially yelling insults and crazy shit. But the reason, like for example, like Asman will ban people on Twitch, for example, and he's very like free speech. But there's some stuff that he has to delete because he mentioned or he banned that like if he allows it to be said, he could get in trouble himself. So I'm not sure if this might be a scenario like that. I might be wrong, but it's pretty fucked up that they're going after Charlie like this. Again, Charlie is not or has never in the content that I watch like stated that he's this like fountain of information or a dad figure where hey, what I say is like the law or it's like the best morality or the best anything, right? So can he have bad take? Yes, he can. I have bad take. He has bad take. You have bad take. Jeremy has bad take. Like, we all have bad takes. And it's pretty fucked up the way that this has been blowing up out of proportion. I do want to see if Charlie does make a video on it, but to see his response. But it's pretty fucked up that and it just became a cultural war as usual. Everything becomes like a cultural war, which is fucking insane nowadays, man. It's fucking insane.
We're asking for more censorship in the chat. You see, I feel bad for Charlie. He should have been prepared. Yes, he didn't want to say it. Sneako said he did. I don't think Charlie would want that. As bad as the comments are, Charlie's usually pretty vocal about banning or deleting messages just because he doesn't like what it's saying. So that's good. Okay, his subreddit wants it to be silenced. Nobody's really surprised by that. Here's yet another clip where he's trying his best.
9-year-old can get sex
He's trying to really stick to his position, All
right, let's watch it.
He is coming around. He's trying to say, like, here he is the desperately requested clip of him saying that minors getting surgery is not okay. Posted 2 days ago. He literally explains everything in the chat and continues to ask the same things and comment the same stuff. The chat continues. Okay, so he's getting frustrated with his chat because he feels like they're ascribing a position to him that he doesn't have. Now, we do know for an absolute fact, he referred to children transitioning as simple as picking a sport.
Yeah, okay. We already know this, and also besides that, you didn't even play the clip, Jeremy. Put the fucking clip. Yes. Again, big L, like the Supreme L from Charlie, comparing it with sport. That's like the only L I will say that he really earned, like a very heavy L. Other than that, everything else was his fucking opinion.
He also said they should be able to transition if the parents agree.
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is.
So again, he's halfway there. So he's backtracking and saying, hey, the surgeries aren't good anymore. They're not legal. They're not happening. I'm going to disprove both of those things. But at least he's saying they shouldn't have surgeries. I would argue that these puberty blockers are nearly as bad. They are just as bad, and minors shouldn't be taking them either. And I will happily show him evidence as to why that at.
Well, Charlie doesn't need the evidence. Charlie doesn't need any of this. Again, let me emphasize on this. Charlie is expressing his opinion. Why are we attacking Charlie to change his opinion? So basically, Charlie cannot have an opinion. He has to have the opinion that his fans or whoever wants him to have. And that's fucked up, right? Because where's the freedom of speech? Like, you can't be like, I'm for freedom of speech, and then you force someone to change their whole mindset because you don't agree with it, right? That's fucked up. And that's wrong. And Jeremy, for example, who is like, conservative basically, and he's always like more into the conservative side and not into the leftist, because again, I'm subscribed to Jeremy. I watch his video a lot. So it's fucked up that he's like so okay with this, where they basically people are, because it's convenient to his narrative, that basically people are forcing Charlie to backtrack and have a different opinion, so everyone just stop fucking going crazy. And that's fucked up, right? It is his opinion, right? He doesn't have kids. He doesn't have the experience to understand that to other people that may have kids, they'll want that, right? To him, he feels that there's nothing wrong, because if the parents always want what's best for their kids, usually, right? There's bad parents or abusive parents and all that, right? We all know this, right? There's parents that hurt their child and are not good parents. But the majority of parents usually want what's best for their kids. If their parents are able to agree that what's best for their kid is for them to go through this type of surgery, that must mean that the parents did their due diligence and try to get, the kid through therapy and everything else to try to not go through it. But if nothing works and all fails, and they all agree that this is the best route, then they go through it. If there's bad repercussion, that's between them. Like I said in the last video, between them. The kid could grow up and sue the parents or the doctor, right? That's how I feel. Now, I feel that no one should be doing that to minors. But because right now, today, it's not illegal, it's not the law, it's morally wrong to me and to other people, but not to everyone. There's some people that don't see it as a moral wrong. Then we need to still remember that we live in a free country. Charlie lives in a free country. So his perspective is, less government and let people do whatever they think is right for themselves. That's how it is. That's where he's coming from. That's where I come from. Even though I oppose his view on that, I agree that is their freedom to choose, until we find out again that it seems like the science is proving that it's bad, and most likely it will end up being illegal. And when that time comes, then it will be illegal and minors will not get this done. That's how it goes. but you gotta let the process happen. But you cannot have someone basically crucified for their opinion, even if it's wrong.
You can look at it. The reason I'm so on top of this topic is because the big trans, right? The trans industry is growing. And yes, there are absolutely unequivocally people with gender dysphoria. I am not denying that it exists. However,
Okay.
I will also tell you that it is acting as a social contagion right now. There are far more people that are identifying as trans than ever before.
Okay, true. Okay, true. There is, right? Social media opened a floodgate where a lot of people are able to see stuff in real time and change their mind. And not only that, back in the day, you would not find out that people were doing something. Now you find instantly because anyone has a phone to record it, or anyone could just go on Twitter and report it. Now, when it's saying it tripled, how did it triple? Is it like before was it 1 million and now it's 3 million? Or was it 3 people and now it's like 9 people? What is the number? Hopefully it says it, but that's what I want to know, right? What is the real number? Because it could triple, but it's just 9 people. And it's still within the 1%. It doesn't mean shit. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gender affirming surgeries alone in the United States tripled in 2020. Why do you think that is? You think more people were suddenly trans, or do you think
what is the number, Jeremy?
We're talking about how cool it was and how
I have not heard one fucking content creator saying this is cool. And I am a lot on the internet. And if there's a content creator that you guys know that is not a fucking psychopath that is saying this, please let me see. I want to see this content creator. Why isn't he naming one? Because Charlie never, from any of his content, said it was cool to do this. If there's a clip floating around where he says this is cool, tag it to me. Send me the link. Put it in the Reddit. I don't give a shit. Send it to my Twitter. I want to see it because Jeremy hasn't shown it, which to me leads me to believe it never existed, nor does it exist. Because if not, it would be floating around. Look at Mr. Beast, how his shit from the past is floating around now.
Based it was that people were getting these surgeries. By the way, there's also the lie about people who want to self-terminate, and so they get these surgeries. However, the data says that after surgery, it has no effect in their chance of, surviving on this planet.
Prolonging, okay.
We can also talk about, this is one thing that I would like to refute. Here are some of the key points of this study, which he can go read from the JAMA network, right?
Okay.
This is a cohort of studies of 48,019 patients. GAS increased significantly, tripling from 2016 to 2019. Surgeries, top surgery was the most common class of procedures performed overall. And then obviously the big turning your outie into an innie, that's less common. This is something that, obviously you have a lot of these procedures going on that
he only said 48,000. If did I get the number wrong? It's 48,000. That's nothing. And it doesn't say is it all the 48,000 minors? Like he needs to give this information, which he's not giving. I'm not gonna go there and read the fucking document. But here, right now where I paused, you guys can't see my mouse because I don't show my mouse. Oh, actually I do. All right, here, around here in the middle, let me put the mouse. It shows, where was it? Okay, and 3,678, so 7.7% were age 12 to 18. I don't see nothing of even younger, but those are still minors. But it doesn't show like 5-year-old or 8-year-old or something like that. So if you're telling me that 3,000, like 3,600 people, or let's say 37, out of the whole fucking USA are minors that are getting this treatment or are trying to go through this treatment, like, come on. Like, how many people are in the US? Isn't like 300 million or some shit like that? I think it's like 30-something million, right? Let me Google that. I'm kind of curious about that. Give me a second because this is my personal shit, and I sometimes Google my own address. And I'm not gonna to make sure that my address isn't out there. I'm not gonna expose my shit. What is it? How many people live in the U.S.? Yeah, there we go. In 2022, they got an estimate of what 33333, a bunch of threes. All right, so 333 mil. So it's probably the same or a little bit more. So in the end of the day, 300 mil, and we got only 3,000. Ain't that like way less than like what 0.001% or some shit like that? This is what I'm saying. Like it's like it's Jeremy taking it. A lot of these people take it out of proportion. Like just leave it alone. Leave it alone. It'll go away. As stuff happens, then laws will be applied. But going after everyone that has an opinion is fucked up. Like he could review it. I have nothing against that, right? He could, like, if he doesn't agree with it, he could make the content about it. It doesn't matter. But don't go after other content creator because fucked up. And then now they can't have an opinion because if they do, their whole fan base or whatever is gonna go after them and with pitchforks and shit.
Just simply does not believe, that he doesn't believe that the number of patients that are going through these types of surgery, he doesn't believe that minors are getting it, when of course they are. Obviously, everyone knows J.S. Jennings, who got famous from it.
Again, 3,000, 30-something thousand, 3,700.
This study here. It is worth noting that for some strange reason, the analysis included the younger category at ages 12 to 18, when it would have been much more elucidating to segregate them 12 to 17, because it's hard to, because before 17 you're not 18, right? That's obviously.
Okay.
So how many of the 3,678 surgeries of people between 12 and 18 were on their body? Were on their junk. According to the report, 405, 11% of people aged 12 to 18 underwent, bottom surgery.
All right. So again, think about this, guys. So basically, roughly around 405, and some of them were probably 18 because they keep saying 18, right? And I didn't even catch that earlier. So that means there's a chance that it's like maybe either like 300 or 200, or maybe just one patient was 18 and the rest were somehow 17, right? The point is like roughly between 400 or less patients were under 18 that were actually minors that got this surgery. Again, 333 million people, 400 people. 333, 400. How many of those 333 million people are childs or children? I'm pretty sure probably half or some shit like that, right? So it's probably like, let's say 150 million are children or are minors. Only 400 got the surgery. You see the difference? And this is why it's not a common thing. If you're like, I've never met a kid in my family or around my neighbor or something that got this type of surgery. Have you? That's the thing. Like, how many people do you guys know that actually smoke a cigarette? I know many people have smoked a cigarette in their lifetime. I till this day know people that smoke cigarette in a daily, daily. But I have not seen no one that is a minor, not even an adult that has gotten this surgery. I don't know any of them. Like myself, close friend, relative, nothing. Again, you know where I'm coming from, and this is where most likely Charlie was coming from.
I suspect/hope that most of these were actually 18, but surely not all. If I'm right, that means at least some of these had their bodies destroyed. Here is a commercial from a hospital, okay? A hospital talking about top surgeries.
Many surgical centers require you to be 18. At Boston Children's Hospital, for top surgeries, we'll see people as young as age 15 if they've been affirmed in their gender for a long period of time.
15.
Okay.
Many surgical centers require
15. They're giving.
But okay, Jeremy. But this goes against what you said too, because you never provide the proof about that. You just go in and like not even the next day, probably like 5 minutes later, you come out with whatever surgery done, right? So this is what Jeremy claimed earlier. If you watched earlier in the video, that he said it's like an instant thing, right? And I made a comparison by a gun, right? And it's the same thing. Like when I was mowing the lawn and I stepped on the nail, so I had to go get the tetanus shot, and I was in and out. right? So it was like 15 minutes. I went to urgent care, boom, boom, boom. So in my opinion, the way he says it is that you could go get that top surgery. I'm guessing that's the titties. You go in there and then do it in 15 minutes, and then you're fine. No, what did she say in the very end is basically you go there, but you have to have, like, it starts at 15, but you have to have a history, basically a long time that you've been, affirming that that's what the gender you want to be. Now, it's not disclosed what that period of time is, if it's 2 days, 6 months, or whatever, but it's not, it goes against what Jeremy said. So, like, Jeremy is not even providing evidence to back himself. He's just talking and just using, like, the emotion of people that are against this to just agree with him, which is what's happening. But Jeremy is not proving any fucking evidence, to be honest. He is not. And even that article he proved, like, he showed, doesn't even, like, support him, in the sense that he's saying, like, oh, it's a triple. So many people are getting the surgery, but it's not. It's only 400 people. So to me, again, Jeremy is really picking on Charlie just because Charlie picked on him at one point. He wants views, which is understandable. I want views, that's why I'm making this too. And then at the same time, he's just talking mad shit. Like, everything he's talking, no evidence whatsoever. No evidence.
Top surgeries are people who are 15. All right. So no, it is not illegal, as Charlie claims, for these surgeries. And yes, they are happening, as Charlie claims. They are not happening.
They're barely happening. Now, I don't remember seeing or hearing, even in this video, unless I fucking was zoned out. I haven't heard Charlie say once that it was illegal. The clip is not there. Okay? No clip have I heard where Charlie said it was illegal, that Jeremy provided to back that statement or that evidence, right? So, to me, again, Jeremy, like, I'm not sure if Charlie could really go with defamation, because if there's no clip that ever existed where he said that, then Jeremy should be, should get fucked over too, just because he's doing a disservice to his fans. But anyway, but yeah, I've never heard him say that it's illegal. I haven't seen him show a clip. And then the other thing about it being, like, it's rare. Yeah, it's rare. 400 people is not a lot of people over 300 million people that live in the United States. And we're only talking about the United States. I don't give a shit about the other countries.
I hope that he's starting to see the light. Obviously, I don't think his viewers want him to be talking about this kind of stuff constantly, but he only needs to look at what Jazz Jennings is going through, or what any of these detransitioners are going through, to understand that he was just woefully uneducated on the topic, and that's okay. I don't know anything about Skyrim mods or Fallout mods or whatever the case is that he...
Not only that, you don't know anything about this. You're just going by any article that you feel like proves your point, and you're going by it, first of all. And second of all, because that Jenny's not person. Oh shit, it's only one person. Besides that, you don't even know what Charlie really says, because you don't even have all the clips. You only have, like, the clips that were convenient. You didn't even play all the clips. You just kept playing the clips where he basically, like, tried to explain himself again, and he said whatever to you, is bad.
It's about, but I just would ask that he exercise some caution when he minimizes the amount of young kids that are getting indoctrinated into this is just the surgeries. We're not even talking about the number of kids that were put on puberty blockers, which is certainly much, much higher. Again, they have now been banned in Europe, yet to be...
Well, again, where's the evidence, right? I need the number, right? You need to provide the numbers. If it's like another 1,000 person, like, the children that are on puberty blocker, it means nothing. Again, it's not everyone. If you're telling me that Charlie has, like, what, 10 mil or 14 mil? I think he's already in 40 or 50 mil subs. If you're telling me that all 14, 15 mil that are kids, well, maybe not all of them, but let's say like a quarter of that, or a third, they are kids, or because Charlie said it's good to, it's cool, like Jeremy claimed that I've never seen the clip, nor did he provide it, to get these surgeries and blockers, then, and you see like the influx of people getting it, then I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, Charlie is content creator like Charlie are causing this. This doesn't seem to be the case when it's only 4,000 people. I mean, 400 people or child actually. It's only 400 child. And besides that, with the puberty blocker, he doesn't even have the information, which makes him uneducated, because if he were educated, he'll have the sources to show in this video how many kids are on puberty blocker.
Banned in America, and I'm sure that the industry will fight that as well. So hopefully Charlie comes around and understands where people are coming from, and we can all move on. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right. So, yeah. Jeremy, you're not providing evidence, man. And, you know, I agree with you in the sense that I have the same view that minors should not be getting any of those treatments. No blockers or treatment. I don't like that. I have my own kids. I will hate to be in that position. And I will obviously not allow that to happen, right? One of the things that why I love living in Florida. Now, besides that, I am not gonna impose my views and force it down anyone's throat. It doesn't matter whether I like the person or not. In this case, I do like Charlie. I watch his content. I think he's a cool dude, right? Now, I will not impose my opinion on him because he is his own individual. Whatever he believes it for his own reason. We could debate it, and then maybe I could convince him. Maybe he could convince me otherwise, right? That's the beauty about a debate. Or maybe we continue on with our mindset. But in the end of the day, it's not fair that, you know, you're one of the people, and Sneeko too, and all the other people coming out, which I don't know the rest of the people, but I'm pretty sure Sneeko and him is now are causing this and giving Charlie a headache for no reason over an opinion. You don't have the clips proving where he said that it was illegal and that it was cool. Not once. Did he downplay it? Yes, he did downplay it. He said that, you know, not a lot of people are getting it, right? But it's true. That's a fact. Because you proved it. 400 minors is not a lot of people in the US. So if you're telling me that it's like 15 million minors or 20 or 30 or 50 mil, I'll shut the hell up. But that's not the number. 400, like if for 400, shut the fuck up. There's more DUI, like, well, not DUI, people that you know are driving drunk that are killing people and shit like that, and kill children and shit like that. Like there's more things that are killing kids and minors over fucking this type of surgery, right? Again, I still don't agree with it, but it isn't something that, you know, for people to go after Charlie. And besides all of that, Charlie is not someone that whenever he makes his video, he's supposed to make people, like, convince people to do anything. If you're a kid, or you're an adult, or yeah, that's it. Or you're in between. You're a half adult, half kid. Or you're a cat or a dog, whatever the fuck it is. If you go ahead and you watch Charlie or any content creator, and whatever they say, you listen to it like it was a fucking Bible, and you're gonna do whatever they said, then you need to go and check yourself into an asylum. Because you are very, very, oh man, your mentality is very bad. Let's just say that. Like, you are really fucked up. So, no. And if the parents are doing their job, and one of the kids hears something about this, they can hear it anywhere, at school, wherever, the parents' job is to basically explain and teach. Not stay quiet or disregard the kid, which is one thing that happens. A lot of parents don't pay attention to the kids, and then this happens. So in the end of the day, Jeremy, no proof, and you're acting like Charlie is like a beacon of fucking like information. Like, come on, man. Like, stop it, man. And see, Sneeko fans, shut the fuck up, man. Like, whoever is a Sneeko fan should shut the fuck up. Because Sneeko is the biggest. First of all, he's a cook. And not only is he a cook, he is a cook that did not enjoy. Like, if he wants to be a cook, that's fine. Hey man, I have my own fetishes and my own kinks. So, but I don't go around talking about it and then, oh shit, it was horrible. Oh my God. Which he did, right? So he's a cook that was sad about it because he couldn't stand it. And then claiming, oh, hey, people, you should try it. No, you tried it and it didn't work out. What makes you think it was going to work out for the next person? Dumbass. Besides that, he is into minors. Because that's what, like, he always offending people and has, like, the biggest, like, L takes, like, watching cuties and shit like that. No, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, Sneeko is, like I already said, when he was born, he was the first L. On his gender, it was a fucking L. No M, no F. It was a fucking L. And he been carrying that L since the day his mom either got a C-section or spread her legs and pushed this motherfucker out. So his fans should shut the fuck up, because Sneeko fans are like delusional if you are following such a fucking worthless person. Because if that's your hero and that's your peak, you are such a loser. And people that follow Jeremy, don't like, use your head, man. I know most of you guys are probably like conservative and people are against the left. I get it. I'm there, right? I don't like a lot of this stuff from the left. But I'm not gonna sit here and any person that might be from the left that is not crazy or just have a take that, you know, I don't agree with, I'm not gonna go against them. It's not right. And I'm not gonna be like, yes, let's fuck him up or whatever. No, don't do that. And Charlie fans, stop it, man. Especially you guys. Like, come on. You know Charlie for years. You've been watching for many years and you're gonna act like little bitches? Like, don't do that. Don't have the guy change his opinion because you guys don't agree with it. If you don't agree with his opinion, don't agree with it. That doesn't matter. Just keep going. Watch his content and chill. Unless he comes out as he's a bad person, like other people has been exposed, then do that. Like, if he comes out that he does something degenerate, then okay, go ahead and then crucify him then. But if he's just giving his opinion, it's his opinion, it's his take. Whether it's an L or a W, let him have his opinion. Let him himself educate himself and, you know, change his opinion, or he lived it, like he lived from his experience when he decides to have his own children, and it's a different dynamic, right? So don't convince people. That's not right. It's the same thing that the left does basically when they cancel people and then basically shut people up. We're doing the same thing on the right, and it's fucked up. We want freedom of speech, right? Then let people have their own opinion as long as it doesn't harm anyone. And Charlie is not harming anyone by having a fucking opinion. Again, unless there's an influx and there's proof that because Charlie said that 20 million minors got their pee-pee cut off the next week, and there's proof, there's statistic, and they go over there and that's their reference. Or they go to a doctor, it's like, I'm here because of Charlie. Or, hey, you know how Charlie has like the G Fuel shit sometimes or whatever ads? He goes like, hey, you get a 50% code where you could go get to this doctor and get your pee-pee cut off. Unless that happens, he's not basically promoting it. He's just expressing his opinion. There's expressing your opinion and this promotion. He's not promoting it. Jeremy did not prove one clip where he's promoting it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to repeat myself. I feel like this is redundant. I feel like I already repeated myself a lot. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm open to hearing anything in the comment section. I honestly don't care if you agree with me or don't agree with me. It's fine. That's the whole purpose. We all have our own opinion. The only thing that I'm trying to be is I want to be a person as much as I can that could be neutral enough where we could really look at a situation and be like, all right, does it make sense? And it's in this one, it's not making sense what's happening towards Charlie. Whether I like the dude or not, doesn't matter, right? It's pretty fucked up. Again, I'm subscribed to Jeremy. I've been subscribed to him for a very long time. I've been watching a lot of his videos. So basically it means I like his content and like the dude, but he has bad takes a lot. And this is one of these really bad takes. So that's basically what I'm saying. All right. Anyway, again, see you guys in the next one. And yeah, see you guys in the comment section. Peace out, guys.